welcome to week 7 of my knee injury recovery. I have an infrapatellar impingement, or called Heisann syndrome. Basically, there's a fat pad in my knee that is inflamed, and everything you do, standing, walking, sitting, everything irritates that fat pad, and you kind of like have to find a balance between moving and putting pressure on your knee and putting off pressure. And obviously I'm icing it often. I actually do that right now. And yeah, it has been an interesting week. It's the first week where I didn't write in my journal every day, which is a good sign. I mean, I'm improving. I still want to give some updates because I'm still quite immobile, I would say. There's not so much happening in my social life because I'm mostly at home, but I'm not on sick leave anymore. And this week was the first week where I decided, okay, we're gonna try to go to work. I have like a few minutes to go to the tram, and I have to walk 10 minutes from the bus stop to work. And it was really nice to have a taxi driving you to work, but it was also nice to kind of like starting to get a bit back into a routine. I try to walk from home to the tram station without crutches. On the way back, I always have to be a bit more careful because you go downhill, and that sometimes really hurts, so I usually go with crutches there, and then the rest of the way I'm walking without it. And the way from the bus to work and back, it depends. The first days I was completely going with crutches. It takes ages. It definitely doesn't take that long, but it takes much longer than what I'm used to, because it's actually not that the walking with the crutches slows you down. It's more like it hurts so much in your hands that you have to take breaks and kind of like just doing a little bit gymnastics with your wrists and hands, and then you kind of continue. And I think it takes me around 70 minutes instead of 10. That's kind of like what I saw. And the first 2 days went better than imagined. When I'm at work, I go without crutches, except if I'm walking a bit more, which I did the one day. And then we had decided with my boss that I would have Wednesdays as home office, so that I have like a break. And my physiotherapist recommended that, so I have a break. And I would say that was a good idea. Wednesday, I definitely felt a bit really a bit tired. I could definitely feel that the last 2 days were heavy, and it was probably good to have a day where I didn't move much, just to give the knee a bit of a rest. And then on Thursday, I actually went to acroaerobics again, which was so much fun. I really love it. Like, the instructor is so cool. And I also felt like, okay, I can give a bit more. I think there was again one exercise that hurt a bit, but just a tiny bit, and everything else I could do mostly. There's a part where we're running in the water, which I don't, or where you do like flutter kicks like this. That feels not good. So I choose to do something different then. And there's also like one jumping exercise where you're holding yourself at the end of the pool, and then you jump up with your knees against the wall of the pool and then down again. And that also feels like that's too early. Yeah. So we had to do a few adjustments, but the knee didn't feel much worse than the other days. It kind of even felt like that was really good. And by Friday, I was able to walk a bit more without crutches on the 10-minute walk. That was really satisfying to see, okay, even though this week is quite high on loading my knee, it still doesn't feel like it's crumbling in a way. I really wasn't sure if I was ready for it, and I would say the knee doesn't feel as good as the week before. But obviously I have been walking so much more, so I think in comparison to that, it seems really good. I had a little bit pain on Monday on that walk, but otherwise has been going really well. And this week was really just about learning to get accustomed to the load again, to walk, to start moving more normally again, but still having the crutches with me for most of the time. And I mean, it is really helpful. For example, if you go into the tram and come with crutches, people will usually leave their seat too, so you can sit down, which is nice because, like I would say, yes, standing in the bus is still a bit uncomfortable. So I'm always happy when I can get a seat. So I definitely felt like this week is just about like leveling up now and getting a bit more normality back. I still don't have that for my social life. I had a friend for visit yesterday, but like I'm not going anywhere. I'm not meeting any friends at the moment. And that's so interesting because I thought I would feel more lonely. And that was just not the case. I really can see that my flat is so nice at the moment because I have decluttered so much. I'm able to keep a level of cleanness that feels comfortable and that isn't too much work. I just read a lot and just do different things, even though I can't connect with people the same way as I used to. And maybe that's just the season I'm in at the moment. But I also understand that this will take time, and I had a few setbacks in my journey, so I'm actually really happy that I'm doing very slow increments, increasing a little bit every day, and so far that makes a lot of sense. It looks like that is the right strategy that I've chosen, knowing that this is now week 7 and I might have not just a few weeks but a few months ahead me. Feels a bit daunting, knowing I will, for example, go to Italy and not really sure how this is gonna work out with the knee. But it's also, it is what it is. It really has helped me to accept the situation and make the best out of it. And then I'm also really glad because, I mean, 5 weeks ago I couldn't put any pressure on that knee. So we've come far when you look at that. It's all relative, I guess. So that was my weekly update. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday and I see you very soon. Bye bye.